Hello there, my Pisces friends, my Scorpio friends, and my Cancerian friends. How are you? We just had a full moon, August 9th in Aquarius. Beautiful. All about transformation, innovation, getting our footing down, spending time in nature, making changes, how changes are going to be coming to us, especially those of us that are not looking for changes. But changes are good. Changes are things that help us take it to the next level. Changes are good for when we are not inclined to step out of our comfort zone. Changes are great when we're used to swimming in one direction as Pisces do, or maybe as a Cancerian or a Scorpio may do. They may like to stay where they're safe. Oh, card came out. What we have here? We have strength. Wonderful. And I'm using the Celtic Universal deck here. My mini deck. I love this deck. The pictures are just so beautiful. Um, and then for my other signs, for my fire signs, excuse me, and my air signs, I use my Illuminati deck. And so I was feeling this as I was shuffling each of the cards, and came across this, and I just took this card just came out as I picked it off the top of the deck. Strength. What does strength mean for all of us, especially this time of the year that we're going into now, fall season? We're definitely Sagittarius and um, sorry, Sagittarius, and my mouse is moving, and and Virgo and Leo and Aquarius are all going to be a part of this mix of this full moon here. This time of the year, and this full moon, 5 days prior, 5 to 3 days prior, and 5 to 3 days afterwards. But even going forward, this moon is not as powerful and scary as everybody thinks it is. But we are going into eclipse season, and we are going into some big changes in politics and the way we move and the way we buy new houses and the way we purchase things and how the economy is going to change and how people are going to change and how our demographics are going to change and how all of us are going to be going through some transformational, charismatic, serious footing changes in our lives, new beginnings and endings, and people passing away, and people moving forward, and people moving out of our lives, and new ones coming into our lives to bring us clarity and bring us new beginnings and new relationships and new things to look forward to, new careers, changing ourselves, changing our diet, changing our health. These are all things that are happening now with this full moon and this transformation of ourselves into morphing from what we are now, from what we were in the past. Now we've even done that. Most of us evolve. We all know we've done that. We graduate high school, we go, and then we go back to a high school reunion, or we see friends down the road, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you've changed so much. You're totally different." But this change is going to be a really serious, mind blowing change. Okay. So we're not just doing this like we're changing from high school to we go to a high school reunion or something in our 30s and or 40s and say, "Oh, I haven't seen you. How are the kids doing?" And everybody looks different, or we look the same, but we act different, or we have different careers, or people are like, "Oh, I never thought you were going to be like that," or and things like this. Change is going to be where people are going to pick up and move. People are going to get divorced, or they're They're going to get married. They're going to have babies. They're going to have grandbabies. The children might get married. The children might graduate college and move on and move out of the state or move completely somewhere halfway across the country, or their daughters or their sons might out of nowhere they go after to work with their friends after work and they meet Mr. or Mrs. Fantastic, or they meet a new partner, or they get a new roommate, or you and your spouse might change things and you know what, we're going to retire soon, so you know what, we decided to buy a home, you know, in Switzerland, and we're going to travel, say six months or so around Europe and see where we might want to live. Things like that kind of change. Ground moving, altering changes where you just I wanna call it what's the name of that movie? Eat Love Pray kind of change. You know, you just pack your shit, put it in storage and go, I'm kind of done with this life. I did all the things I was supposed to do. And water signs are having this way. Um, I read Leo, and I did the astrology for the air signs. Everybody's having changes. Water signs, you're not in the mix of what the air signs, the fire signs, and just one or two of, I want to say, the earth signs. Although all of us, all of all of the elements are going to feel this, but water signs, you're having a bold face change. Like when I say that, I mean like going in, and you're going in as um, the fawns. I'm going to use this analogy. It's an analogy, so everybody bear with me. I'm going to go like the fawns, or I'm going to go like oh, uh, like some famous actor. I'll go in as Brad Pitt, and I go in and I do this change, and he comes out, and he looks like a completely different person. We can't recognize him. We don't even know who he is, and we don't remember that who he was, because we can't recognize who he is because he's that different. Gains weight, loses weight, changes the color of his hair, moves, grows a beard, shaves his head, moves across the country, goes to Alaska, lives in South America, goes to Turkey, goes to Australia, goes and lives in the mountains in the Himalayas, decides they want to climb Mount Everest. These kind of altering changes is what the water signs are getting. Earth moving. And the theme here is courage. We have the courage and strength, the strength, courage and strength. I'm getting courage, but having the strength to take your courage and go forward with that change. Go to move, go up, uh, you know, Mount Everest, go halfway around the world and go hiking and biking and meet people and go to 5 or 6 different countries and decide, you know what, I really like it here. I think I'm going to stay here in Australia. I like it here. I like to surf here. Don't like the sharks, but love the surf here. Love the area. Love the farming. Love the people. Um, you know, maybe some of them will go up to Scotland, and they'll want to go up to Scotland, and they love the winters, and they love atmosphere. They love the whole getting together, and having that kind of bond that they have with the heritage, the Celtic, the Scottish, Welsh heritage there, and they stayed there, and they get to that country after going to 6, 7, 8 different countries to explore after they retired, or they've taken a sabbatical, or they decided to just take the summer and go to a few different countries for 3 months over the summer, and they just pack. They just stay there. They get there, and they get to this country, and they're like, I'm not leaving. This is it. So, with this said, there's a lot of transformational change here. People are going to be going through changes with their bodies, with their careers, with their minds, with their families, with themselves. moving in a different footing, looking at the past behind. I don't mean letting go and not doing anything, but you know, letting go and going forward. You know, letting go of the grip, letting the hair down, being more oneself, and saying, "I'm stopping this. This is it. I'm done being this. I don't feel like this person anymore. I want to put my foot down. I want to make a change. I want to move forward. I want to take steps forward. I want to look into the future. I want to have more innovation in my life, more creativity, more laughter, more adventure, um, more transformation. Maybe sell all the house. Maybe you get divorced and you sell everything. And then your kids are in college and you go visit them, but in between the times and the holidays, you might decide you you want to go and live in Germany for a while, go to France and in the French country, go to Czechoslovakia. You know, maybe you want to go to South Africa and go on a safari, and you love it so much you just don't come back. Or you meet the woman or man of your dreams, and you've already had that, you've already had your children, you're both adults, or you're new to this whole thing and you're young and you haven't had any children or have never been married, and you go for it. You just go for it. It's that right now it's this time for the signs, for all the signs, but especially the work signs where they're gonna go. I'm going for it. I'm swimming upstream. Some of the fish will swim as you look at the Pisces sign, the sign of the two fishes. One's going the one direction and one's going the other direction because they're mutable signs. They go wherever it feels good for them and they can adapt and they can move. And Scorpio, Cancerians, and Pisces are like that. We're adaptable, we're malleable. We kind of go with the flow, we go with things. But in this juncture, in this time, and with everything going on, we're going. I'm a Pisces. I have a lot of water sign in my chart, and I'm not speaking for myself because my rising sign is Gemini, so I have a lot of air personality. But what I'd like to say is, if I could, and I'm sure lots of us say that, we would go blank. If I could travel somewhere, I would go boom, boom, boom. Just put that in your head. If I met if I ran into someone and I had this fantastic talk with them and they're so intellectual and they're attractive as well. And when I'm with them, I feel whole again. I feel like myself again. I'm comfortable. I feel like I can conquer the world. I feel like I'm with somebody that's my mini me, my mirror me, my soulmate, my twin flame. Those types of things are going to be happening for the water signs. And I want to say, too, with Leo, if you watch my Leo report, my astrology report for this full moon, you'll see how I talk about all the relationships. They're going to be meeting a lot of different people and relationships and new people coming in, older people they've met in the past to come in, but they'll see them in a different perspective. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancerian, your relationships are going to be, I want to go do this, and you're going to go there, and you're going to meet tons of people, and you're going to fall in love with everywhere you go, all the people you meet, new career, new outlook, new job, new moving space. When you get there, you're going to be meeting all these wonderful, beautiful people, transformative, transforming your life, helping you see the world in a different way, giving you a different perspective, having you take a different footing in your life, seeing the world in a whole new view, having you take that innovation and creativity and moving forward and making yourself stronger to take that step to go in a better direction for you, for your life, for your travels, for your retirement, for your career growth, for your marriage, for your divorce, for your children. All these different changes that are going to occur, and everybody's different. different lives, and I want to take this into perspective now. Will I have that conversation on the table? We all live different lives, and we all are different people. Not all of us are going to have the same experiences, and that's why when I do these reports, I do them in a broad manner. Ergo, with that said, if you want a reading with me, please feel free to book a reading with me, Danny's Celtic Worlds at gmail.com, or you can reach me at Hypsy, um, at HYPSAE. I'm also a licensed a clairvoyant, a claircognizant psychic, empath, tarot reader, and oracle card reader as well. And you can book a reading with me, and we can have a private session for all of the signs: air, earth, fire, water. And so, with that said, Pisces, Cancerian, Scorpio. Scorpio is more stuck. They like to once they're in a great place, they like to stay in their beautiful environment. Cancerians, the crowd, they like to kind of bottle around and go seek adventure, but they always go back home to where they're safe. Pisces, we swim upstream and we swim downstream. We swim where the water takes us, so we swim where we want to go in the water because we're mutable signs. We like to go and see everything. So does Scorpio, and so does Cancerian. However, Scorpios are more fit and grounded, and they will adventure, but they always like to stay grounded in their home space. Cancerians also like to be adventurous, but Cancerians always like to go home to where they're used to being, where they're comfortable. Pisces, we're comfortable wherever we go because we make ourselves that way because we're mutable signs. And if we go to somewhere else or on a trip somewhere else, and someone says, "Hey, you want to do this?" and everybody else is doing it, we're like, "It's not really what I have planned right now, but yeah, what the hell, I'll do it." And then when we're done and we have some time, I'll go do what I need to do, and we'll catch up later because we're mutable signs, because we're adaptable. In this instance, we're going to also be adaptable. We're going to have the courage and have strength to move forward and make a change, to be innovative, and to step forward and to step into our personalities, to step into our worth, to step into where we want to be, to step into the new you, what you want to see. You're going to keep one foot and one eye behind you, what's going on in the past. You're going to keep your eye on the present, and you're going to keep your eye on the footing you're taking in the present. But at the same token, you're going to be setting your eyes to set, like I have said for everyone else, and this is true. Everybody's taking a look at the way things are going with the economy, our food, our housing, our medical costs, our children, our education, and all the laws and all the bills and all the things that are being changed with our new political powers that are present. I don't want to get political, but with all of those changes, we are looking at those things. We are looking to change, to make these changes, and to make it stronger than ever, and to make it so that when we get to where we want to be, we're going to be we're going to be there. We're going to stay there. We're going to build that foundation, and we're going to make sure we stay in that ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean, and not swim over to the Pacific, in the Mediterranean Sea, and not swim over to the area, maybe around the North Atlantic or the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to be staying there, but water signs are going to be taking a look around and taking a huge transformational change, a huge innovative step forward, and changes are going to come whether we like it or not. We're going to have to go with the flow and make sure that we take it in stride and be mutable and malleable to adapt to those changes, and make sure that we go with the flow and work with the transformational changes to become more charismatic and more present in our career, our relationships, whether they be personal, professional, or not professional, and just friendly, or business or not business, love, interest, marriage interest, and so on. And what I want to say too, with many of our water signs, I see, and I've been seeing this a lot through research and reading charts and going through all of the astrology that there's going to be a lot of change for us when it comes to home and family, communication, um, and a lot of change in the eighth house, um, a lot of change in the ninth house. And I'm speaking here. Eighth house, you know, the partnerships, the relationships, the ninth house, religion, education, um, all these different things. I'm going to say religion, education, things that have to do with the law, things that have to do with taxes, things that have to do with um, the relationships we build from work, school, our friends, our neighbors, our family, our siblings, our lots of people are going to be leaving. There are going to be new beginnings and new endings, and the people who come into our lives bring a new aspect of how we take a look and perspective into the world. And the people that leave also leave perspective with us on how we view the world. And Pisces, that's going to be a lot for you. Scorpio, it's going to be a lot for you, but you hold your heart closer to you. Cancer, you're just as sensitive as all of us are sensitive. All water signs are very, very sensitive, watery, emotional people. But what I'm trying to say is, with beginnings and endings comes gains and losses, and want everybody to be prepared for that, because those new changes, those new steps, those new transformations, those new things that are coming into life, starting in the past, the last full moon we had in July, not the first one in July, the end of July. We had two full moons in July. But I want to also state that this is something that's been gradually coming on. And now that we're in Leo season, it's going to go fast, fast. It's going to go fast. It's going to get faster. And we're going to have to keep up. We're going to have the strength and the courage to keep up and move forward with the changes, with the growth, with our career, with our home, with our family, with our religion, with everything we're doing, all the changes, all the transformations. Okay. And one of the things I really want to say about water signs is that we're all capable of this, because we are adaptable, very adaptable. We're not fixed signs, although Scorpio is a fixed sign. Scorpio is also a water sign. So fixed, but when their change needs to happen, Scorpio steps up to the plate, even if Scorpio doesn't want to. They usually always do the right thing, because they always are dealing with consequences, and consequences affect all people. Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces usually make those amendments to their acts to make sure that they don't afflict, hurt, emotional, physical, or mental to anyone. Um, Going forward, career is going to change, housing could change, your life could change, and everything is going good. I see a lot of people really taking a step forward and going and being more innovative, taking more time out to meditate, taking more time, especially now with the full moon. The full moon is a time to manifest what you want, manifest what you want to bring about, manifest what you want to see in your future. And I don't mean the present time, next year, maybe the year after, or 5 years. I'm talking, start manifesting what you want to see, what you see in your mind, what you feel in your heart, what you're looking for, what kind of person do you want to be, what kind of lifestyle do you want to have, where do you want to be 20 years from now? What are those things that you want to happen? And with that said, that's pretty much all I have for water signs. You guys are fantastic. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please feel free to book a reading with me at danewscelticworlds@gmail.com, or come to my YouTube channel, Dan News Celtic Worlds, and you can book or send me a message or post, or send me a message through one of my posts by leaving me a little bit of a note, and or in the chats here through my videos, you can leave me a note and we can set up a meeting to go over your personal astrology. There are things that need to be taken with that, your date of birth, your place of birth, and things like that. So we can place your absolute own, very own personal astrology chart and discuss you personally and where the stars lie with you in your current situation and the future that lies for you ahead. With that said, blessed be water signs. You have a great future ahead of you. There's a lot of changes, but we're mutable signs again. Take it in stride. Everything will be fine. And everything seems very positive for all signs, especially water signs. Uh, until then, have a blessed day. Have a good evening. Bye bye.